look at Jeremiah 3, 14 to 18. And I close with that. Jeremiah 3, 14 to 18. Turn, O backsliding children, said the Lord, for I am married unto you, and I will take you one of a city and two of a family, and I will bring you to Zion. And I will give you pastors according to my heart, which shall feed you with knowledge and understanding. And it shall come to pass, when ye be multiplied and increased in the land, in those days, said the Lord, they shall say no more the ark of the covenant of the Lord, neither shall it come to mind, neither shall they remember it, neither shall they visit it. They will not be going from one place to another looking for prophet in their life. Because they have been taught of a pastor. He has fed them with knowledge and understanding, and they are increased and multiplied. This is the same thing that is repeated by Jesus in Matthew 13, verses 8 and 23. He said, but others fell into good ground and brought forth fruit, some 100-fold, some 60-fold, some 30-fold. But this is the meaning. That is verse 8, verse 23. This is the meaning. But he that received the seed into the good heart, is he that hears the word of God and understands it, which bear fruit, bring forth some 100-fold, some 60-fold, some 30-fold, based on their level of understanding. Your fold is a function of your understanding. Your fold in life, whether it will be 30-fold, 60-fold, or 100-fold, is a function of your understanding. Daniel, of serious importance to you, is that he's a young man who has sat under a teacher of the word of God for many years in Israel before being led into problems. You didn't hear what I said. A message is hidden in what I just said. Everybody is going to be tested and tempted. Some of you at your place of work. Some of you at your school. Some of you in who to marry. Some of you in what to do with your children. Some of you in so many things. Before Daniel was brought into temptation, he has sat down to learn. And he has received some pure knowledge and understanding. Did you hear me? When you see somebody who lacks a pastor, you will know. They will be looking for the ark of the covenant everywhere. You saw it where we read. They will be looking for the ark of the covenant everywhere. When people have missed out on the ministry of a pastor, pastor is a gentle guide that you can easily ignore. Write it down. Pastor is a gentle guide that you can easily ignore. You can easily overlook because he's so close to people. He's like a carer. But it's the one that God has given the work of imparting knowledge and understanding so that people can be increased and multiplied. It comes every week. Preaching has to preach different messages to the same audience. Keep them coming. When people have missed out on the ministry of a pastor, it's so evident in their life later on. They have many prophets. Many prophets have their numbers. You have examples around you, you know what I'm talking about. They missed out on being groomed. They missed out on being nourished. They missed out on being brought up because the man who was bringing them up was too gentle, was too small, was too ignoble for them. But as gentle, as simple as a pastor, a scribe, a teacher may be, is the one that God has given the job of imparting knowledge and understanding that makes you increase and multiply so that you won't be looking for the ark everywhere. It's a new knowledge. I will continue this some other time. Some other time. It may not be Sunday. One day. Just like the issue of the will of man. I've not finished it. Go and find out more. Go and find out more about this also. Calm down. Daniel, calm down. The pastor has taught him. This is what the word of God says. He was brought up. Timothy was very easy for Paul to lead. And Paul recognized. I recognized that Eunice and Louis Both your mother and your grandmother, they have taught you Holy Scripture from young age that are able to make you wise unto salvation. He said, I perceive that you've been well groomed in the Word of God. It's very easy for me to just prosper with you in ministry. He only circumcised him, and he began to prosper with him in ministry. Timothy was another one in the New Testament that was like Daniel of the Old Testament. He was the first bishop of the Church of the Living God, of the Church of Jesus. Miss out on the ministry of a pastor as a young person, then get involved in the ministry of many prophets that don't know you, who will take your money later on in life. When somebody has mismarried, and I say, I know it's problem from my father. They don't have settled marriage in their life. If you know they don't have settled marriage, why don't you settle down with God on time? And say, God, their habit I will not follow, so that their spirit will not follow me. If you can stop the habit of your family, the spirit of the family will not follow you. That's why we talk to all of you before you get married. There's a way to get married as a Christian, so that certain spirit don't make your home their habit. That's the reason why everybody is fighting me in Ireland. Because the demons are hungry that you will set apart this one, they will have excellent life. Yes! We're breaking a cycle. Dangerous terrain, yes! I've given my life.